Hey guys, Dan Howman back with another Watcher of Realms video. Today we're doing GR3-19. I finally got it down on the free-to-play, so I wanted to show that clear. I did also do the hard boss. I was able to get A. This one's going to be really hard if you don't have a lot of healers built, especially if you don't have... There's what, 4 or 5 dispellers. I did that video if you want to go check that out. I'll put a link to that video if you want to go check out the new Immortal Codex. I posted the video about 2 days ago. I went through all the heroes that can dispel. That's what you really need. I ended up getting A, which is fine. I got S on the main account, so. Okay, anyways, let's do GR3. If we go to raids, we go to Gear Raid. We go to Gear Raid 3. I finally got Idril, so... Idril makes it a little bit easier. I was gonna try to do it without Idril, but I was like, whatever, I'll just use Idril and call it a day. So okay, let's show you what I did and what team I used. So this is the team. The only real requirement is having, for this specific strategy, is having Luneria and having Idril. You want another single target, you want an AoE, and then you can use a ground tile unit like Aspan or Arrogance. Maul is good. You can have a second healer. I'll show you some options, but you'll need at least one healer. And then I'm using Theowin just for a little bit of slow. So I'll show you the strat here, and I'll talk about how you can do it if you're using different heroes during the video here. So very first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your second best single target marksman, and you're gonna place them right there. This gives them a chance to start attacking these enemies and getting these enemies dead, and then you're gonna place your best single target damage dealer. For me, it's Silas. If you don't have Silas, that's fine. You can use, you know, Calypso. You can use any of the other. You can use Cetram. You can use any of those guys. Then you're gonna put Dolores down right here, buffing Silas. Idril will not get the buff, unfortunately. But that's just what's going to happen. And now what's going to happen is we are going to wait for this enemy on the right hand side to come out. As soon as he comes out, then you can pop Idril's ult. Okay, and then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put Arrogance or your ground unit. Now this is not necessary. This is only if you need help with the boss, which I do. If you have really good gear on your single target damage dealer, you might be able to kill a boss just very, very quickly, so it won't matter as much. As soon as the boss comes out and you see Silas start attacking, now you can use the ultimates on both of them. And then you'll have this one enemy here that's coming down. Idril is going to barely finish off that damage dealer here. I'm going to put a healer out right now. So my Idril is kind of just borderline for what kind of gear she needs. You can see she barely killed it, but I will show the gear at the end of this so you see what kind of stats you're going to need. I'm going to pop the hollow bonus right away. Now for the left hand side, we're going to go over there and work on that one. If you have a really strong damage dealer, you can put him in the back tile, like someone like Razak, Nyx, or Maul, who does a lot of damage, if you don't want to use a healer. If you want to use a healer over there, you can actually put him in the first slot, which means that they can deal damage for a longer time. So you're going to have to put them in the closer slot if you don't have as good a build on them, okay? Then you're going to pop the Idril ult to go handle this one over here as well. The boss has died. So now what I do is I'm going to get rid of... Arrogance, and I'm gonna get rid of Silas or whoever you're using here. Now I'm gonna put a healer over here just to handle keeping Razak topped off. I'm only using Sadie because she's low cost and I have her. You definitely do not need Sadie. Here you go. We're gonna pop the ult from Razak. That's going to do a nice big damage to them. Now I'm going to take my Maul and I'm going to aim him right. Maul's really good here. You can't use Razak facing right because he can't activate his ult. It's too slow. It actually, it just basically fails. So now if you want, you can take someone like... whoever you want basically and face them up to help these, but I'm gonna put Theowin over here instead. Then we're gonna pop this here, which just gives more rage regen for my team. And basically what I'm gonna do for this is as they come down, Theowin's gonna help slow but isn't required. If you have a good enough damage gear on your Maul, just the Dolores and Maul should be able to easily one-shot it. So It kind of just depends on what you have. I'm using Theowin just to help. It's definitely not necessary. So once I get about here, I'm going to pop her. Then as soon as Theowin throws, I'm going to pop his ult. And then I'm going to wait a sec for the Maul ult till right about here. And boom, he easily clears them out. Okay, now the next thing is, so that was the triple. It alternates the triple mob coming down from the right, then the single. So I'm waiting for the single. I'll use Idril to clear the single. And then I'll show you what I do after that. Okay, so that enemy comes out. I use Idril right away just to get rid of this enemy very quickly. Then I'm going to pop Hollow just to get these guys' ultimates back. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Silas aiming up. So this is going to help kill the 3-pack. It's just for fun. You really don't need to do that, but because you can just use Dolores and Maul and Theowin again to clear the 3-pack. I'm going to use the big ultimate here on Razak. I might have used it a little bit slow because sometimes I need 2. If you have really good gear, you don't. If you need a little help, you can do it that way. So I'll kind of show you. Now Silas is up here killing these 3. Again, this is just if you need help on the right hand side, you can do this because Silas will just crush these guys like no big deal. You'll see here. And then sometimes I basically just use Razak's ult twice, but I was a little bit slow. So let's see if we can even do this now. I'm going to get rid of that because there's going to be a single enemy coming out that way. If you want, you can also put your ground tile unit facing to the right if you need some help, right? So that you can do as well. He is still kind of killing them, so I think we'll be totally fine over here. We have I also have Sadie to block damage on Razak in case he's gonna die for any reason. But here you can see this is the last enemy that we need. 28 out of 29. I can pop my Idril actually to help, and now I'll pop Sadie. I can pop my Idril, you know, to help, or you can also use Razak ults twice, or if you have better damage, then the first ult will kill them all completely. So that's what we got going on. That's what we did for the run. I'll show you some of the gear on all these heroes to give you an idea of what kind of gear you need to do this. So if I go here and we can turn that back on now, I guess. And then I'm gonna hit fight. Let me just show you the gear on everyone. So Luneria doesn't get used. You can use her for additional support if you need, but I'll just show the gear real quick just because it doesn't really matter. Silas, my Silas is in this wisdom set, so a little bit more damage when he uses his ultimate. I'm just aiming for 100% crit, a decent chunk of attack, and some crit damage, so his full stats are 14k attack with a 1.4 attack interval and almost 100% crit, 263 crit damage. He is using a siphon, a spirit siphon, and he has no awakens. I have Vierna, so I do have the bonus for that. Again, you don't need Silas, but you can use whatever you can use Setram if you have. You can't really use Hex. You could probably use Calypso. If you got another really nice, if you have this girl built, Brienne, you could use her as well. So whatever you have who can do some single target damage. Razak, his gear is only plus 12 for most of it. Crit rate with attack and attack. Just okay gear. Again, you saw how I kind of struggled on the left-hand side. His ultimate didn't clear. If I had better gear, it'd be a lot easier. I'm using this just to get a little bit more damage. And then my Theowin is in some random gear. Actually pretty decent gear. He's in pretty decent gear. It looks like he has an artifact of just keen wisdom at level 1. My Idril, this gear is going to matter probably the most. I'm just in a glacier set just because I happen to have good glacier sets. 90% crit, a little bit of crit damage, a decent chunk of attack. You can see I'm about 11k plus whatever I get from HP. Artifact, I am using an Idril Gaze that's almost maxed. The Idril Gaze helps a lot if you are struggling to get past the defense requirement, right, of how much attack you need versus their defense. Hollow is just in regular gear. Again, attack speed. That's what you're looking for on Hollow. Who else do we have here? Dolores, you're going full attack on Dolores. So you want attack percent with flat attack if you can get it. A glacier set just helps get a little bit more attack because of the HP. Rage regen is nice. Attack speed does not work on her. And arrogance, I have him pretty good gear. I use him for guild boss, so he's in another one of these wisdom sets. Is that what this thing called? Yeah, wisdom. Trying to get 100% crits with some crit damage and good attack. So he's gonna be he's in a pretty solid build for my free to play. And then Maul, is also in Glacier set. Again, you can see I'm kind of just going for 90 to 100% crit with a good amount of crit attack, and then as much crit damage as I can get on top of it. He has this, which just gives him a little bit more damage against airborne units, and then Sadie is just in some random gear. She doesn't matter too much. Just give her some HP if you're using that. If you're using a totally different healer, totally fine. Build them however you're supposed to build them. Attack, HP, you know, whatever they scale off of. So that's pretty much the team and everything. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just want to go through and make another video here on stage 19 because this one is quite important. You can finally start getting the ascended sets. So okay, that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like and that subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.